Spend the day with me living in my tiny home in the Highlands. I converted my garage into a tiny home 2 years ago, and I have never been more glad of a decision that past me made, because we are currently having our bathroom renovated in the main house, and to be able to get away from that chaos and come live in this little tiny sanctuary has been absolutely bliss. I've also just always had this undercurrent of imposter syndrome and doubts about this space, because it was one of the first spaces that I ever really designed myself, and I executed it on a very tight budget, and I almost had myself convinced that people were just being polite when they stayed in this space and said they really loved it. But then actually, after spending a few days living in here, I kind of realised all of the details and things that I agonised over to make sure this very small space was optimised as much as possible. Well, I realised that all very much paid off. So I had a lovely morning undergoing my usual morning routine, and then I headed out to take my dog a walk. She's adjusted just fine to the tiny home way of life. All she needs is a nice long walk to blow off some steam in the morning, and then a nice soft surface to lie down in the rest of the day. I spent the rest of the morning working, and then it was lunchtime, and what is the worst thing to cook when you're living in a tiny home? Probably sausages. What did I have for lunch? A sausage sandwich. I had a little reading break on my lunch as well. I'm reading The Marriage Portrait by Maggie O'Farrell, which I'm really enjoying. At this stage I was starting to feel a little bit overwhelmed by the renovation. I just worked for the rest of the day, but I had to communicate a few things with the builder, which is normal to tell them what you want from your space. But why does it feel like to me that telling a builder what you want is the most confrontational thing you can do, and it's like you're asking them to give you their kidney? Like, every time I tell my builder something that I want, he's like, yeah, of course, it's your home, it can look however you want it to look. And I'm like, oh my god, I'm forever in debt to you. What is wrong with me? Anyway, the overwhelm got a bit much, so we decided to head out and get away from it all. So we headed out for pizza and a movie at our local cinema, which... a moment for our local cinema. She's a stunner. And yes, I live in the Isle of Skye, but yes, we do have a cinema, and people should go support it because it is a really amazing thing to have. We went to see We Live in Time, which I really enjoyed. We had M&Ms and our popcorn, as you have to, and then went home and watched The Traitors, and just what an episode. And then there's nothing like your own duvet and your own pillows. So I decided to make the tiny home feel even more like home and brought those into the space. And then I just brushed my teeth and went to bed. Oikiva.